A little bit different of a look in terms of their defense, running a 3-3-5, and I think our offense has done a good job handling it so far this week in practice. And they're going to fly around, tons of effort, gives a lot of different looks. So we just got to be sharp on our end.
Coach Garrett just said identifying, who's the mic, and Storm was talking about who's the shell and where the pressure is coming from. How big is that for you guys this week?
That's huge, especially with a little bit of a different look. It's important that we get everyone on the same page and everyone's seeing the same thing. So a lot of that comes down to the O-line and the center and myself, and really communicating well as to who's who, and trying to simplify that look for our offense.
Talking with Sean Harlow, he said that the offensive line really needs to focus on communication, and you just brought that up again. How has your communication been with the O-line?
I think it's been good, but there's always room to improve. I just look at it as getting everyone on the same page is, what my job is, and I know Josh does a great job of it at center. I think if we can continue to do that, if the line can echo their calls so the tackles and tight ends get it, those are all things that we can do to improve that area.
You brought this up earlier, but definitely a high-pressure defense that you're going to see against San Diego State.
Yeah, we got to be sharp on our end, know who's who, be good in protection, obviously, but for me as an individual, just get the ball out quick, know where to put the ball and play fast.
How was the bye week? Do you think it came at a good time for you guys to kind of rest and get ready for this game in Pac-12?
Yeah, I think it was a good time for it. Coming off the Hawaii game, where it was a kind of a different travel scenario for us, and I don't know how they decide that stuff, but I think we got a lot out of it, and really that's what you want from a bye week. You want to get something out of it. I think we did.
Coach Riley recently said that, trying to find the identity of this team is obviously still a work in progress during the early season. How do you think that's coming along, and what do you think or hope that the identity of this team becomes?
I think I think it'd be good for, it's hard for me to say. It's something that kind of develops. I don't think it's anything that you can really, say before it happens. You'll know it when you see it, and I think in these first two games, we've done a good job running the ball. I think the passing game's been pretty good, but room to improve in all areas. So if we can just be a tough, gritty team, up front, and assignment sound offensively, and Coach Garrett's always talking about being hard to beat, and you do that by eliminating your own mental errors and just playing sharp, sound football. I think if we can do that, we'll find our identity.
Can you say a few words about Steven Nelson? I know you've gone against him now for a couple of years.
No, he's a great player. I've always judged defensive backs by, how do they make you pay when you miss, and he certainly does that. I think that's a testament to not only his quickness and speed, being able to just cover a guy, but also his ball skills, the way he plays the ball in the air. I think is better than a lot of cornerback. I think that's what kind of sets him apart.
And is the excitement level even more when you're off a week? I mean, I know you've got to kind of be itching.
Yeah, there's a little bit more anticipation, I guess. We want to come out firing every game, but it does feel like we've kind of been sitting around for a while, anxious to play someone else again.
Sean, game one, Storm kind of racked up some yardage. Game two, it was Tehran.
Yeah.
You guys struggled to run the ball against San Diego State last year. Just talk about how much those guys have improved, and how are you guys going to be able to execute the run game this time around?
Well, I think it's important to note that the run game's a team effort. Obviously we have two great runners in Storm and Tehran, and a couple other guys that can run the ball too. That haven't really got a chance to play, but it's a group effort. There's Ty Anderson's a great fullback for us. He's been playing well. Ricky Ortiz has been playing well at fullback. Our tight ends are really taking a lot of pride in blocking, and then our O-line I think has been great so far this year. So it's a group effort, and to have a great group of guys on the line and fullbacks, and then two good runners, I think is real important for us.
How important do you think it is to have tight ends lining up to kind of help the lack of depth at O-line?
I think it's good, and personally I think we have a lot of depth at O-line. We've you guys have had to miss a day or two lately, but I think that just proves the depth that we have, that guys can step in, and guys are getting a lot of work in practice, and not only do I think we have a lot of depth at O-line, I think at tight end as well.